Welcome back to the Minecraft Enchiridion episode 4. Today we're going to actually finish up our journey for good food and we're going to get our cow crusher going and our automatic chicken cooker. I wanted to show you this because have done a little bit of detailing here. Um, but first we're going to get started by getting some chickens and some cows together and we're going to put them in a little pen probably right down here close by to our base so that we can get them get them bred up, get a decent population of them, and start gathering some of their drops like eggs and leather so that I can use it for like pumpkin pies and for books for our enchanting area to make the bookshelves. So, we're gonna go try and find some cows and some chickens. I think that there's some just right over here, but I'm not positive. So let's take a look. And I just realized I completely forgot to grab any wheat or seeds. So I'm gonna go grab some of those. And we've got some seeds and some wheat, so we can go ahead and get some cows and some chickens here. So we've got some cows here, I see. One, two, three. Might be interested in getting some sheep too, just for future purposes. I'm not going to start a sheep farm today, I don't think, but would be useful. So I don't see any chickens around here though. So give me just a minute, I'm going to try and find some chickens. So we didn't find any chickens yet. It is almost nighttime. I haven't found any chickens yet, just a couple of groups of cows. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to get some of the cows together, going to get those penned up, and then we'll go ahead and go on a search on a journey for some chickens. So let me sleep real fast, and then let's head back out over here. So in order to breed animals and also to tame them and make them follow you, you have to use the right food. So for cows, that is wheat, as you see. I've got all these cows are just following me now. As you can see, this sheep is also doing it. That's because sheep use the same food. So wheat will get cows and sheep. Potatoes and carrots will get pigs up there. You can use seeds to get chickens. And that's all I can think of off the top of my head. But so yeah, we're gonna take these cows and I guess this one sheep, and we're gonna take them to their new home. So follow me, guys. So I got them in a little tiny hole here for right now while we make a pen. Seeing as the bridge comes down here, we can put it here, or we could put it over at like the end of this one over here. And even though I've got them in a hole back here, I'm thinking I want to put them in a pen over here. I'm thinking actually probably like right here. So I made a tiny little pen here, and we're gonna get our cows and I guess our sheep as well into said pen. So we'll grab our wheat and come over to the hole. We'll dig this out. Come on. And we've got a little baby here. And we left the sheep in the dust. That's totally fine. Okay, and you guys are all already bred up. I've got to wait a little bit to breed them some more, but there's our cows. So really, we are ready to start doing the cow crusher, but I'm going to go on a little bit of a journey, try and find some chickens and bring some chickens back here so that we can get some eggs too, because we're going to need the eggs for the automatic chicken cooker. Found some chickens. Cool. And here's two, three of them it looks like. So we'll go ahead and we'll put that in our offhand so that we can do other stuff while we transport them. Oh crap, we found a whole flock. Cool. Grab these eggs. Come on, chickens. Here's some more. Here's some more. Grab all of them up. I just saw an egg. I thought maybe it just despawned. There's another chicken right over there. Another couple chickens right over there. We'll grab those and that'll start our flock. I think that'll be fine. What is that? 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then this guy will be 7. Let's try and get an even number, just because it's nicer. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll take these guys back home. And just a pro tip here, always try and avoid water when you're towing mobs, because they move very slowly through the water. That's not good. Hopefully they stay over there and stay away from me while I'm doing this. Maybe I'll come back here and deal with them real quick after we get these chickens back to the pen. And now we'll breed them all and get some baby chickens going, and we're gonna go hurry up and sleep. And we're here, we've got a little bit of this area hollowed out. We're gonna get this cow crusher going. So in order for this to work, I always start my builds with the collection. I want my barrel, ooh, there's some stuff under here, so I'm gonna just kind of do that. I want my barrel to be right here. I want to pick up my drops from here. So then we'll need to have a hopper here, going like this, and then we'll grab some of our blocks and build this up. And I want to do an upside down stair here. So we'll do that so that I can still access this block here. And then we need to add another stone brick here. Oop. Might need to raise this roof a block so that I can access. Our cows are going to go in here, in that little hole there. I might do it so that we have a dispenser that dispenses water out too. I'm not sure yet exactly how I want to make this. But that's it so far. We'll go ahead and I guess we'll put some stairs here. Going like this just for now. These are temporary because I want the chicken cooker to be in here. So we'll have our cows and our water right here, and then we'll breed them. And actually, this should be it. I'm going to put a fence post. There's got to be a fence post that goes, it'll be right here to keep them from popping out. But I think that is it otherwise. So let me go grab some cows. Okay, we got our first cow in here. I used a lead, as you can see. That's the easiest way to transport mobs. But let's see if we can get him to come up here. Yep. And then we're going to try and move around him to the back and get that lead and push him in. Get in there. There's our first cow. We'll go grab another one. We'll actually probably grab all the adults that we can so that we fill up that space the quickest. Because basically how this farm works is we get a couple of cows in that hole, and then it uses entity cramming. You can only fit 24 mobs in the same block of space, so we'll get a couple of cows in there, start breeding them up, and once we hit over 24 of them, then the adult cows start dying off as new babies come through. It allows the babies to grow up, and then all of the drops from the adult cows that are crammed and died, crushed, get dropped into the barrel. So I'm going to grab these 4 cows, put them in there, and then we will go ahead with the next step, get the water in, get the fence post on, and get to breeding. So we have, I think, 5 or 6 cows in here now. So we'll go ahead and put our fence post on, and we will put our water source in. We want it on that block down there. Oh, not that block. Oops. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. There. So what I meant to do here would be something like that. There. Hey, my lead is back. My lead glitched out for a little bit. I'm glad to see it back there. So then with this, all you need to do, the easiest thing to do with this being attached to this wall back here, is you just right click and do one of these. You hold right click and with your wheat and you do one of these. As you hit the new mobs, they will get the hearts, and I've bred all these guys recently, so That is all there is to it. You can see there's some babies in here, there's some adults in there, and we're just going to fill that up, so that is good to go. We'll probably put stairs off like over to here, I'm thinking. Do it like this. And then boom. Yeah, that's perfect. That's our little cow cooker. Or cow crusher. So, with that being done, our next step would be the chicken cooker, the automatic chicken cooker that I want to build. This one is a little bit more involved, and it actually requires the use of an observer, which is a block that we haven't encountered yet. It's a redstone block that requires nether quartz in order to get. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to make our first nether portal. What we're going to need for that is some obsidian and a flint and steel. So let me go ahead. Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good. Let's go take care of him. Put all this stone stuff away real fast. Uh-oh, this really doesn't sound good, does it? I need to put some of this stuff away. Oh, man. Where are they? Ouch. What are you doing up there? How did you get up there? Well, I'm going to deal with these guys real quick, and then I'll be right back with some obsidian and a flint and steel to make our nether portal. Real quick before we get started on making our nether portal, I do want to just thank you so much for checking out the episode in the series, and make sure that you subscribe and ding that bell, turn on notifications if you want to keep up to date with the Minecraft and Kyridian, and like the episodes if you like them, all that good stuff, because every little bit helps me out here, and I really, really appreciate it. So let's go ahead and get started on our nether portal. I think I want to put it down here. This is actually the cave that we had our bed in on day one. What I'm thinking is like this is, you know, the kind of the end of a cave in here, and this is just the ending part where and it's gonna just kind of get dark and dank and into the nether, and then we'll have probably some nether blocks spilling out like magma and netherrack and stuff like that once we get into the nether. So without further ado, let's go ahead and build our portal. Now with a regular portal, you can just make it. This is the smallest nether portal that you are allowed to make, is like this. So we're going to do it a little bit differently. Now you don't have to do the corners, but it obviously looks much nicer if you do the corners. But if you don't do the corners, it saves on obsidian, saves you 4 pieces of obsidian. So I'm going to mine this back up though, the bits that we're not going to use, and then we'll get started and I'll show you how I'm going to make my portal. So this is how big we're going to make our portal. I just kind of like this end of the cave being the whole portal. So yeah, we'll do that, and then I'm going to decorate the outside of the portal. Once I've got it decorated, we'll go ahead and decorate it a little bit. We'll go ahead and light it up. So I thought this build would be a perfect time for a time lapse with a bit of a monologue, and I also just wanted to help you get to know me a little bit better. I've touched on it before, but I've been playing Minecraft since the beta days, something like 10 years or something crazy like that. It's the longest I've ever played a video game, that's for sure. I've always loved this game, and I really don't think I'm ever going to stop playing it. It just has everything. You get bored with stuff and you start a new world, or there comes out a new patch or something like that, and the possibilities are just endless. A bit more about me as a person. I'm from northern Michigan in America. It's just the great white north. We get a whole bunch of snow. We're currently dealing with that. I'm a huge nerd, and I love everything from video games to tabletop RPGs, from reading books to learning just for the fun of it. If you have any sort of questions or anything like that, anything about me or for me, feel free to drop a comment and I'll absolutely answer. We could even do something like Waddles and do like Q&A time lapses, or just like a comment question of the day or anything like that if there's any sort of interest shown in it. So make sure to drop a comment. Thanks a lot for sticking around, and enjoy the rest of this time lapse. we got it all detailed out. I really enjoy this. So let's go ahead and let's light it. Ooh, and the particles look sweet. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff out of my inventory, and then what I would like to do is I have another set of iron armor, and I'm going to enchant it, hopefully with some fire protection and stuff like that, so that hopefully we have a better chance of surviving out in the nether. So let me clean up my inventory and we'll get going. Cleaned up our inventory, so let's go ahead and enchant that next suit of iron armor. These guys are just super loud, but that's not really a huge deal to me. So we've got a little bit of leather to make books, so let's go ahead and make some leather, some books, and some bookcases out of that anyway, just to get as many as we can. Not very organized here. I mean, I am organized, but I don't know where anything is. I actually don't have any sugar cane at all in here is the problem. So we need to grab some sugar cane to make some books, and that's all out here. We'll do a quick harvest of this just to add to our stock. In order to make our enchant setup the best, we need 15 bookshelves, and those 15 bookshelves placed in a configuration so where it's got one block between the enchant setup and then the bookshelf set up like this. 15 bookshelves maxes out the enchant table and makes it so that you get level 30 enchants. In order to do that, you need all of your bookshelves. In order to make bookshelves, you need books. In order to make books, you need paper and leather. So we'll do that, make some paper, and we should be able to make some books here. There we go. We've got 5 more pieces of leather. Do that. There we go. So then you do this, and this is the crafting recipe. Oops. This is the crafting recipe for bookshelves. So we got 9 out of our 15. So that's a decent start. So we'll place these. And now we should get better enchants. So sweet. Well, we need some lapis. So let's hopefully we have some lapis. I actually don't know if we have any. Okay, cool, we do. So we'll grab this. Put the lapis in there. Fire protection 2 and unbreaking 2. That's pretty sweet. Let's see what else we've got. Blast protection, feather falling. I want that. Aqua affinity. Let's go with protection 2 on there. Wow, okay. And then what do we got here? Aqua affinity or protection 1. I'm gonna take the aqua affinity. Can't enchant the shield. Can only use books to do that. So then now comes the other bit. We have the anvil here. Now I could take, I'm not going to because it's iron and it's mostly dead, but I could take this now and enchant these, and I could stack them with these enchants here. So if I got, well, I couldn't do it with this. Unbreaking, and unbreaking wouldn't stack with that. But if I were to get, oh, that one wouldn't work either. This, if I were to do protection 1, actually I might do that on this. So I got protection 1 on here, and I've got aqua affinity on this helmet. I can enchant them like this, and I can stack the enchantments on them. Now see, what way you do it though matters, because this is going to take 6 levels to do, where this is only going to take 1 level to do. So we'll do that, and that is our enchanted iron armor. We're going to go ahead and use that in the nether. So give me a moment to clean up my inventory again, and we'll get started in the nether. So in the nether, it's a dangerous place. There's lots of scary mobs. There's a lot of lava. It's fairly dark. So it's a good idea to take some things. What I like to do is I like to take a few stacks of just solid blocks, something like cobblestone, something that's not going to blow up real easy or catch fire. a good fair amount of food. You want to take, if you've got some range, that's really good. I would recommend getting a bow and some arrows before you get to the nether. Some stacks of torches and some fire protection on your gear if you can get it. Feather falling is always nice. But really, and then you don't want to take a whole lot with you, really. Flint and steel might not be a terrible idea in case your portal gets busted. You can make a new one if you have some obsidian and relight it like that. But I'm not going to do that. We're just going to get going. I'm on the search for nether quartz. If we find some glowstone and stuff, so much the better. But we're going to just take a quick look. Let's see what sort of nether spawn we have. I like this actually a lot. So I'm not sure so much about what we have around us, but at least the spawn itself is very protected. There's not a lot of room for, stuff to just come from all over right when we spawn in. This is pretty protected. We've got just one area stuff's going to come from. See, we have a couple of ender buddies. We're not going to mess with them. Actually, we are, because we're getting pretty close. I'm going to want to deal with the stronghold, so we're going to need to kill them. Cool. We got one ender pearl, so that's nice. So, we've got some quartz here. This is nether quartz. It gives you XP when you mine it up, and it can be fortuned. If you have something like fortune or silk touch, you will either pick up more quartz if you have fortune, or you'll pick up the block just like the block itself if you have silk touch. We don't have either, so we'll just get some here. I'm not gonna get a whole lot, just a bit. Oh yeah, this is plenty for now. Wow, it just doesn't end. Alright. There. So realistically, our goals for the nether are done right now. That's all I really wanted. That was a ghast, that noise. These guys are little zombie pigmen, though. They are the most common mob in the nether. As you can see, they're not hostile towards me, unless I attack one. If I were to attack one and not kill him in one hit, all of these guys would come start attacking me. And they actually pack quite a punch, so I'm not going to do that. But it's really useful for gold farming because they drop like gold nuggets and gold tools and stuff. So let's keep taking a look. I'm just curious kind of what we have around us. There's some glowstone up there. We might try and get some of that. It might be over lava though, so I'm not real keen on that. And we have the infamous Nether Lake of lava. So this is all over the Nether. But we have some of our other blocks that we are going to need over here. So I'm going to mine us down there, and we're going to get some of these blocks. This is Netherrack. It is the most common block in the Nether. As you can see, it is everywhere. It's also very easy to break. It explodes pretty readily, so I don't recommend using it to build stuff out of often unless you're really not worried about it exploding. This is another feature of the Nether, is just these random fires. I like to put these out as I go just so that I don't end up accidentally jumping in some of them. But they do also provide light, so as you can see, I just darkened it up pretty significantly here so stuff can spawn. So this is soul sand right here. As you can see, I actually dip it down a little bit when I walk onto it right there. You can see there. Oh, hey man. And you also move much slower. Just look at me run here. I'm barely walking, and then here, do. So yeah, this stuff is extremely useful though in bubble elevators. So I'm gonna grab a little bit of this and call that good. Grab a stack of that. That'll be just fine. I'm gonna plug that hole up. And then we'll move on to this block right here. This is the magma block. These are also extremely useful in bubble elevators, but they hurt you if you are on top of them unless you sneak. You can sneak along them and they do not hurt you. So I'm going to grab some of these as well. There, so that is plenty of that. Let's keep on moving. Now I almost messed up pretty considerably. One of the first things you want to do when you get to the nether is you want to do this. You want to pull up your F3 screen and you want to take a screenshot and you want to mark down these coordinates. That way after your nether adventure you can get back to your portal. So now we're gonna go ahead. I'm gonna look for some glowstone that's a little bit more accessible than these piles up here. Probably that one right there. Now glowstone is a little bit of a funky block. It breaks up into dust if you don't have silk touch, as you can see. I'm not sure if fortune works. I'd imagine fortune does work on this, but if you have silk touch, you can also just mine up the block itself, and it emits light. It's a very, very nice source of lighting, especially early game. It's your first block lighting, so I'm gonna grab this little vein, and we're probably gonna call this a good adventure, just because I don't want to end up dying here and losing any of this stuff. So this is what we got from the Nether. We got a stack of soul sand, about a half a stack of netherrack, which is pretty irrelevant right now. I'm not really concerned with getting nether bricks or anything yet. We got 2 stacks of magma blocks, almost a stack of quartz, a little bit over a stack of glowstone dust, and I found some red mushrooms right at the end. So that's pretty successful. Let me clear out my inventory real quick, and then we'll get started on the chicken cooker. So we cleaned up our inventory, and now we're going to get started on the chicken cooker. First thing, I'm going to turn these guys down just a little bit here. Maybe turn them down to there. I don't really need them on, but just because they're going to be kind of annoying. So I want the chicken cooker to be here. It's going to take up probably 3 by 6 or so. So we'll do, these 3 blocks, and we'll go back into that wall a ways. I'm not sure exactly how far we'll need to go. But here are our supplies. We'll need some dispensers, some hoppers, some glass, and then we'll need to make an observer, and we'll need to use lava. So this is pretty much it. This is it without just one final piece. So we've got the chickens sitting in here. Once they grow up, they will lay eggs, and this hopper will put them into this dispenser. I don't know why there was cobblestone in there, um, but they will lay the eggs. The eggs will go in there, and then the eggs will be dispensed out here. And then we'll have a lava bucket in this dispenser that will dispense the lava here, so that any chickens that are... Oh, I don't have a slab here, but there will be a slab on this bottom block right in here. So any adult chickens will get killed by the lava, but baby chickens won't stick up high enough. So basically all we need to do is we need a couple of clocks to run this dispenser and this dispenser, so that we've got, every once in a while this cycles and shoots out some eggs, and every once in a while this cycles and kills some chickens. So I will get those done, and that should be pretty much it for today. So, the chicken cooker is done, basically. We've got more chickens up here, and then they, like I've said before, they lay eggs that goes into this hopper. That hopper goes into this dispenser. That dispenser shoots them out and will break them here, and then when they grow up, they will get burned by the lava that is up there. And this is our clock. Basically, there's a lever on the other side of this block here that turns it on and off, and then this runs a clock, and this runs to this input here on this hopper, and then runs over here to this on this hopper. And then I'm going to cover it up so that you can't see anything back there. All you'll be able to see is probably these dispensers, and then that'll be it. So that is good to go. I do want to test it real quick with you, though. Let's put some eggs in here, and that hopper will load them into that dispenser. Let's flick it on. There. See? Baby chickens in there. They're good to go. They're not burning. And then I can just turn this off at any time. I mean, I could leave that just like that, and it wouldn't be an issue. They'll die and get cooked whenever they are done. And with that, we end another episode of the Minecraft Enchiridion with this gorgeous sunset behind us. I do want to thank you once again for checking out the episode. I've had a lot of fun. We're making some progress. We've got some good food coming our way now. That cow farm is going to start producing. So is that automatic chicken cooker. It's going to be great. And yeah, so next episode, I'm thinking we might just do a mob farm. We might do something with that cave spider spawner and see if we can get a mob farm going, so that we can get our 30 levels, get our enchant set up, and then get more diamonds, diamond armor, keep moving up, get that dragon kill. So I think that sounds like a blast. Thanks again for checking out the series. Make sure to subscribe if you like what you see. Keep up with the series. It's going to be a good one. Thanks so much for checking it out. Later, guys.